said a hip hop, the hip to the hip hop. You don't stop the rocket to the bang bang boogie. Say up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear is not a test.
Hello, my name is Elle Kim, and I lead global business development for Samsung Pay. I think it was about 2 years ago, we're in Vegas. John, one of the organizers, and I were passing in the hallway, and I said, can we please do this awesome conference in Europe, please? I was living in London, and we're all flying to America. So to be here at the first European Money20 conference is a real treat for me. Although I've moved to Korea, I'm really happy to be here. You might have worked with or seen my colleague Thomas Ko, who presented last year at Money20. Thomas and I believe that when it comes to the future of Samsung Pay, we hope that 1 + 1 = 3, and we can really take this business to the next level. Today, I want to tell you about our strategy and our future plans. Number one, we want to continue to launch in more countries around the world. Number two, we want to keep adding features and products to Samsung Pay. And number three, we want to expand our partner ecosystem. So let me talk to you a little bit about each of these. Before I do, if you haven't seen our product yet, this is our product today. We have 3 pillars. It's simple, it's secure, and it's accepted virtually anywhere. So why is it simple? Well, if you look at the phone, anywhere on the phone, you can swipe up and get the card. I mean, I'm obviously not gonna go shopping with my Toys R Us card, so let me find a card. All you do is authenticate, tap, and you pay. This swipe up feature happens at any part of the phone. You don't need to wake it up or go into the app. And it's integral to making it simple. And the reason we're able to do this is because we have access to the hardware, so we can build these integrated experiences. This is a big advantage for us when we launch our products. Secure. So there are several components to Samsung Pay being really secure. It's built on our Knox platform, which is certified by 26 government agencies around the world, including the Dubai police. When somebody tries to actually break into the phone, because our security is multi-level and at the hardware level, you actually blow a fuse. So Samsung Pay, which sits in the trust zone, can never ever be used on that phone again. And that's the kind of security you have when you can actually build into the hardware. Every transaction is tokenized, so none of the card information is on the device or sent with the transactions. And if the device is stolen or lost, you can go online and delete all your credentials. Finally, right now we use fingerprint authentication, biometrics. As we speak, engineers at Samsung are developing the next generation of biometric sensors so that our phones and Samsung Pay could be even more secure. Third pillar is accepted virtually anywhere. The reason we can say this is because we have both NFC and MST technology. So MST is magnetic secure transaction. It's our own technology, and it's only available in Samsung Pay. Believe it or not, there's a little coil that we build inside each of our phones so that MST works. This is the kind of cool stuff you can do when you have access to the hardware. 2 things I'd like to say about MST. Every transaction that happens is tokenized and uses a cryptogram, so it's safer than a mag stripe. And merchants don't have to upgrade their POS to be able to accept Samsung Pay. Basically, what happens is you go in, and instead of tapping, you put your phone next to the terminal, and it sends a message as if the terminal had a swipe. We think this is a fantastic feature that makes us stand out. It's great for markets like the US, where we're still building NFC penetration, or if you're traveling and NFC is not as popular, your MST will work. This is our secret sauce. This is what gives us our competitive advantage, but also lets us build other products like loyalty and membership. So with that, I want to show you a video of one of my favorite commercials of MST in action in the US.
What's up? I'm Hannibal. I'm going to use Samsung Pay to get a Katz's Deli pastrami sandwich. Hey, what's up? Hey, can I pay with my phone?
You mean like Apple Pay? We don't have that.
No, like Samsung Pay. Kind of works everywhere, even on this janky old thing.
He wants to pay with his phone.
What do you want, Hannibal?
I want to pay with my phone. Don't look at the cameras, Mike. You ready?
It doesn't work.
Watch me. Boom. Samsung Pay is here and pretty much everywhere else.
So where are we? After 6 months of launching in US and Canada, we're proud to say we have over 5 million users and $500 million in spend. Think for a second who we are. Samsung is an electronics company. A year ago, we had 0 customers. Now we have over 5 million. We're pretty proud of these numbers. And as we launch more countries and build more product, we're going to keep building on this great base. We're proud to announce last week, we launched Samsung Pay in China. We launched with 9 bank partners, including China Union Pay, and we're working with 6 more. Launching in China is a huge accomplishment just to the sheer size and complexity of the market. It is the 2nd largest economy and the largest mobile payment economy market in the world. Incredibly important market for us, and we've gotten good feedback from both the media and customers, and we look forward to serving our new customers in China. So the first part of our strategy is global expansion. Now that we launched in 3 markets, for us, it's not a matter of if, but when we will launch in all the markets where we do business. At Mobile World Congress, you heard us announce that we will be launching in Canada, Australia, Singapore, Brazil, Spain, and the UK. So a few comments about each of those. So Brazil. Samsung is a proud sponsor of the Olympic Games. That's where the Olympics will be this year, right? The world will be watching Brazil, and we would love Samsung Pay to be a part of that. When we launched in the US, it was a great foundation for us to expand into Canada. We have high market share, and we also want to make sure that all the Americans and Canadians traveling back and forth can use Samsung Pay. Singapore is a nice extension to our Asia footprint, right backyard. I used to live there, and it's an incredibly technologically advanced country. Singaporeans are very quick to adopt technology, and it's a big travel hub. So when you land in Singapore, we want you to be able to pay with Samsung Pay. And then finally, Australia is also a very advanced market. I remember the last time I was in Australia and taking taxi cabs, and I was from the US, and they kept taking my card and trying to tap it, like contactless, but it wouldn't work, so they were just beating up on my cards. And I said, it's swipe, sorry. And I think that when a technology gets adopted by taxi drivers, it's got a good chance of surviving. So we have high expectations for Australia. So we're in Europe, right? This is the Europe Money 2020. We're incredibly excited to launch in Europe this year. Spain, we have very high market share and great brand perception, and we want to make sure that we have the service for our customers there. And last but not least, I have to talk about the UK. I have a personal vested interest in launching the UK. Believe it or not, I hold a British passport, so I consider this one of my home countries. So how can I lead Samsung Pay if I haven't launched in my home country. So we're working really hard to make this happen, and I can't wait for the day I take the tube or ride the bus and pay with my Samsung Pay. I think with all of these expansions, you will really see the first part of our strategy, global expansion, solidified this year. Here's the second part. This has to do with feature and product launches. And it's one of my favorites because this is where I think the technologies are really coming into play. You know, we really want to replace the physical wallet. So for us to do that, we have to get all of the cards in your wallet into Samsung Pay, whether it's payments related, in-app, online, or beyond payments, and that's our plan. We're always thinking ahead of what we want to launch next, so there's a few ideas that I wanted to share with you today. We launched gift cards in the US, and we call it the Gift Card Mall. We have about 100 different merchants, and what you do is you go pick out your favorite merchant. You put in the amount of the gift card, you pay, and it's downloaded into the app. What's really neat is you could actually email this to anybody, so you don't have to have Samsung Pay, and you can send it to anybody over email. If you're a lucky recipient of a gift card, you can redeem it in the store using barcode or MST. Not only do our customers really like this feature, but our merchants love it as well. We're adding all types of cards into our wallet, whether it's membership cards, transit cards, or accessing the ATM, as I'll show you next. We will continue to add features and products, both in payments and beyond, to continue to improve the proposition for Samsung Pay. So this one's one of my favorites. All right, so this one's one of my favorites. So in Korea, we launched this service with Uri Bank. And let me tell you how it works. You add your bank account, and you verify with your actual bank PIN. You put in the amount you want to withdraw. You take the phone, and you actually tap it on the NFC reader on the ATM. It's highly secure, and once that's done, magically, your money appears. So this is the kind of stuff that we want to build. Now let me show you a video showing a couple of these features in action.
Make your life easier with Samsung Pay's 5 new features. Membership, gift cards, transit, ATM, and online payments all in one place. Membership. Redeem points for rewards and benefits. Gift cards. Keep all your gift cards in one place for easy use. Transit. Pay on the go. ATM. Make withdrawals with your phone even without a card. Online payments. Shop seamlessly in-app without leaving your screen. More than a phone, more than a payment. Simple, secure, virtually anywhere.
Not too far in the future, we can think of things like this. Right, so you guys have all seen gift cards and loyalty cards, and that's all good. But we're actually thinking about what is the next generation of products to come. How can we push the thinking around traditional boundaries and come up with some really cool stuff? This is the concept of the connected car. So imagine you can see your vehicle diagnostics, or be a moving Wi-Fi hotspot, or stream music, but also pay. So you would be in a parking garage, drive out, and not have to worry about payments. This is the kind of stuff that we are thinking about and building for the future. We have pilots going on for IoT, connected home, connected car, and lots of other cool futuristic ideas to come. I think we're just at the starting point for Samsung to bring these innovations to market. For the final part of our strategy, it's around the partner ecosystem, and I think this is probably what's the most pertinent for everybody here today. It's critical for our future and for the growth of Samsung Pay. We work with card networks and banks. We don't compete with them, but we want to partner with them as the technology provider. We want to help them increase their brand, as well as card usage. So I've been in payments a long time, and if you think about the number of years and the amount of money card companies have spent to create differentiation, do you love points, right? Is it status? It's a really important aspect of the business. And in the early days of wallets and cards, it's all kind of the same. What we want to do is work with key strategic partners to develop, create, build, and launch products together as their technology partner. For our key strategic partners, we want to give back that ability to differentiate, and that is the future for Samsung Pay. We love our merchants. So whether it's working with merchants to continue to build acceptance in the store, online, or creating more products, things like loyalty cards and membership cards so that they can create a digital engagement with their customers, we want to continue to build out our merchant ecosystem. We also want to work with global strategic merchants to build unique product, right, and launch together. We hope that over time, when physical cards go away, or when we can help reduce fraud when MST is used instead of magstripe, we bring value to our merchants and that they continue to support us. Finally, we have two circles. So transit, we already have in in Korea, we already work with the transit provider there. So if you load the subway card, it works on the subway, the buses, and even ATMs. The question mark is there because I think that we will continue to build our ecosystem. I just don't know exactly what type of partnerships we'll have. What I do know is that the growth of our product and the expansion of Samsung Pay globally depends on great partners. Maybe next year I can fill that in with another category. So with that, if you're a partner already working with us, I thank you. And I look forward to more collaboration in the future. If you're not yet working with us, come talk to us. We have a booth, we're nice, we're approachable, and we're all wearing blue shirts today. There's one more video I wanted to show you, and it's around the release of our new S7 phones, which if you haven't seen, you should check out, because they're super cool and neat. While you're watching the video, think about this. As a company, if this is the kind of innovation that we're able to launch, imagine what we can do together if we partner and build together.
What? I can pour this champagne on my phone and it still work.
What?
Yeah, look. Kenny, I'm about to put you in a fish tank. What?
That's crazy.
Your phone can't do that, Max. Here, I have another.
The new water-resistant Galaxy S7 Edge.
So I have one more thing. I'd like to invite on stage Natalie Usman, head of Europe for Samsung Pay.
What? Look what I've got here. Good to see Ellie.
Hi.
I hope you don't think that this is me celebrating being in Europe because I haven't launched yet. I'm working hard, but I'm looking forward to partnering with all of you to get us there. So this is not a premature celebration. This is a Lil Wayne product test.
Tribute. So let me.
There's a lot of the guys in the back room are freaking out. So you got to put this health and safety. You got to put it there.
Can you see?
Yeah, you ready?
I'm ready.
We also drank some of this back there. Yeah, lift up
Watch
your
the
thing.
suit.
Lift it, lift it, lift it. Oh, it went everywhere. Now dip it in there for good measure. Does it work? Samsung Pay.
Works. Thank you. It works really good.
It does work.
Fantastic. Thank you. Did you bring a towel?
No, but I can get one.
So I didn't make too much of a mess. We're good.
No, I think we're all good. Yeah, fantastic.
Sorry. Thank you.
Awesome.
Sorry, my hand's a bit wet.
That's okay. Cool.
Thank you.
Give the guys a round of applause.